Hello, everybody. Chef Bravo here with you all with another great interview here for the program. I am here joined with Sia Hurst. She is the creator of 6D Living Program. Is that correct? All right.
Correct.
All right. Now, this particular interview is geared towards all those of you who want to just do better for yourselves. You want to be healthier. You want to get on a healthier path. Maybe not necessarily a perfect path, but you just want to do better and you want to eat better. And the problem is you don't feel like you have the support at home. People in your household don't want to follow along with what you're doing. And interestingly enough, Kathy Taylor, who also has one of the lectures here in this program, she actually was the one who recommended Sia. So we're going to talk to Sia about her whole program. Now, one of the things that Kathy was very successful at was creating a community, a family away from her family. And so Kathy told me, she's like, well, I was very successful because I joined a book club. And I thought, oh, that's really cool. You just got some people to talk to. That's great. And then, through a couple phone calls, I was able to track down Sia. And it turns out this is way cooler and more creative and a lot more interactive than just a book club. So, Sia, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time. Yeah. And Sia is here with me all the way from Greece. She is in
Indeed.
she is in Athens, correct?
Correct.
Correct, right. So
In the southern part of the city by the sea.
nice. Okay. Um,
Yes.
so please tell us, what is the 6D living program?
Sure. Sure. Well, 60 Living is it's a community which comprises a website, forum. We work with people in the community just to help keep each other on track, hold each other accountable, share information and ideas. So it's a platform. It's a platform where we can come together and not be alone, where we know that we can explore new ideas without fear of judgment, without fear of criticism, no matter what those ideas are. So it's just an open place where we can come together. So we have different programs. We've got the book club and the modified fasting programs, things like that. Just a variety of ways that we can connect with people all around the world. But basically, 6D living is an idea about 6 dimensions, that our lives have 6 dimensions. And those dimensions in our mind
Hmm.
are nutritional, physical, intellectual, intrapersonal, intersentient, and creative.
Okay.
And we feel you can balance your days and find ways to nurture and respect each of those dimensions. You get a more balanced living. Nothing's left on the side. You don't feel alone. You're making sure you get connections. You're working your gray matter. You're focused on good food and you're focused on not eating. That's part of nutrition as well, as we
Mhm.
know. And when we balance all 6, we have a more complete picture for our lives. So that's the kind of a nut of 16.
Okay. How did you decide to create this? How did this come to life, so to speak?
Yeah, well, I needed it. I was alone and I needed community. Um, I spent time at True North a few years ago and met an amazing community. And in the courtyard, and the doctors, and the staff, and oh gosh, everybody was so amazing. And I learned so much. And then I left and I came all the way back to Athens, and there's no one. No one who had even heard what whole plant living is. So I felt lonely, isolated, and then COVID came
Right.
and it became so much worse. And I felt myself needing something that I couldn't find anywhere. When I searched, I just couldn't find what I was looking for. So I thought, okay, I'll create it. So we took the 6 dimensions,
Uh,
something I've been around with for a few years, and I just developed them more to include more whole plant living and more programs. And slowly, people came to book club.
okay.
They're all true North alumni that had spent time with me in the courtyard, so they were my friends. But it didn't take long. Within a few months, they're inviting friends, family, and people are joining, and it's just blossomed into this really amazing place to learn together and show up for one
Oh, that's great. And
another.
this is a thing where you don't have to be near each other. You could be in different countries, obviously, because you're in
For
Athens.
sure. Yeah, for sure. We have people in the community from all around the United States, different backgrounds, different histories. We have members from the UK, 2 or 3 countries in Europe, and we've got one member from Australia.
Nice.
So yeah, it's really, really nice. And we're hoping to keep growing and keep welcoming people who are looking for a community of support with no restrictions,
Got it.
no requirements.
And so anyone can join then,
For sure.
yeah.
For
And how would they join? Do they send a message? They go to a website?
sure. Yep. They go to the 6bliving.com website,
Okay.
and there are always events on the homepage, what's coming up, which modified fasting programs are coming up, and what they focus on, workshops, seminars, book club, all kinds of different things that we're doing. It's all on the homepage. And the book club is free. It's a free, open community. We have people who eat meat, who eat dairy, but they want to learn about not eating meat and dairy. So when they join us, they have questions that some people know, like, why would you ask? Well, because not everyone knows. So that's what we're about. Making sure that those who know are sharing with those who don't know, so that we can all get a little bit better.
Oh, okay. And is there a cost to signing up to this? No.
Absolutely not. The book club's completely free. The 6D community to become a member, it's completely free. The only thing we charge for are our really focused 10-day programs, our seminars, workshops, and it's a nominal fee in my opinion, but we're just covering our bases and just making sure that everybody can access whatever it is they're looking for if we've got
Okay, great, great. What is it like? If you could give us maybe we don't have one of the members here, obviously, but
it.
just a story, a testimonial. How did this community help somebody who was feeling like yourself alone, who really wanted to, live a healthier lifestyle, a healthier mindset, but they just didn't have uh, the support group around them, So if you can share, a story from one of the members.
Well, obviously, I guess the first and most known story would be Kathy. Her involvement with the book club has been phenomenal. She is a powerhouse of knowledge and support and encouragement. And I feel it, well, she's told and shared with us that the book club helped her stay on track, helped her stay connected. But there, if you don't mind, I have 2 short stories I would like to share.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you. One is a lady that came to the community with severe migraines, and she had been suffering her entire life. She'd been everywhere, everywhere. India, Colorado, True North, other fasting retreats, yoga retreats, acupuncture, chiropractic, cut out dairy, cut out animals, and just couldn't find relief. So she joined us with the book club and started learning about new things and started exploring new things. And then she tried one of our modified fasting programs. And she found that the modifications that we make in fasting, in order to allow people to fast safely but still get some of the benefit, that helped her migraines a great deal. It's not cured, but she does say that the pain is less severe, the occurrences are less often, and she now joins us every 3 months for a regular quarterly cleanse with one of our programs. So
Oh,
that is very exciting,
great.
especially if she's pain free and
Oh,
smiling.
good, good.
That's a wonderful thing to see, definitely.
And Sia, just to clarify, when you say it's important that we fast every day, you're not asking people to give up food on a daily basis. It's more of a, hey, we have our meals and then we go to sleep, and during that time, the body is fasting, right?
Absolutely. People hear the word fast, and I mean, you can physically see a tension happen in the body of some people when they hear, I would like you to fast. They
Yes.
think that they're going to starve. We're talking about what your body naturally does, which is stop eating for the night so your body can digest and take the nutrients from the food you ate during the day. Unfortunately, we've become very accustomed to eating late at night, early in the morning, and when we break our fast in the morning, we may not be breaking it wisely on an empty stomach. So we explore what is what is a good way to reintroduce food on a daily basis. So how many hours do you need to fast? Let's not get in the weeds on the biology of it all and the physiology of it all. But suffices to say, 8 hours, not enough. 12, okay, we're getting there. That's better. Your body can go through the system and go through its cycle a little better. But if you can push it to 14 or 16 hours a day, where you're giving your body a chance to use the nutrients, you have a better chance to obtain optimal health because you're respecting your body's natural rhythms, which are not to eat all the time. They just aren't.
Right, the late night snacks and watching TV late at night, and then you wake up in the morning and you have some sugar loaded
There it
pastries the
is.
first thing you wake up. Yeah, so
Yeah, or
definitely.
let's even take it back one step. Late at night, you're watching TV and you're having a glass of wine. Ew. That's the last thing you're going to put on your liver. Then you're going to go to sleep and you're going to wake up and hit it, as you said, with sugar and fat. And some people even hit it with animals. First thing, your liver is not going to be a happy place. It's just not going to be a happy place.
Yeah, definitely not.
And we want to keep our organs happy. We
Correct.
want homeostasis. That's how we function. That's how we live. Our bodies are constantly in a search for homeostasis, balance. That's what we do
Okay.
at 60. Balance.
Joining for someone who would join 60 living, it is not a
Mm-hmm.
requirement that they do prolonged fasting. It's just you provide information on it, and you give
Absolutely.
people the information and saying, this is why we believe that this is important. And if you want to take part of it, we do have
Mm-hmm.
the fasting programs, but it's not necessary. You can just be part of the community in other ways. Correct.
Absolutely. And that's why we have so many different programs out there that people can connect with because we don't all need or want the same thing at the same time. So if you're worried about fasting, um, we'll give you the science. We'll give you the facts. We'll give you what is known, and we'll tell you what isn't known yet. And then each person can decide how they want to proceed. There are no requirements in our community. No, there are. You need to have an open mind.
Okay.
You need to have a kind heart. and you have to have ears willing to listen. And we have a gentleman in the book club who is battling cancer and winning. He's
Good.
a phenomenal story. He has really, really taken charge of his life and his path, and he's really following a whole plant lifestyle and with phenomenal results. We're all very happy for him. He has brought so many people to the book club, friends and family and loved ones that he just really cares about, that he works with. And every time they come and they hear something and they learn something and they share something, the joy on his face is palpable.
Good.
To know that he's brought people he cares about to a better way, to a better life, to healthier living. And that gives him back the goodness. And that's what the community is.
Got
No
it.
matter where we are, we're there for one another.
Okay. And you're all, as you mentioned, you have people who eat meat and dairy. So everybody's sort of at a different point in their lives, a different sort of level of health. But you're very welcoming of everybody.
Absolutely. Everyone, everywhere, is at their own different level of health, their own personal understanding of what that word even means to them. So we come together, all of us, with all of our different ideas, and we find a way to clarify our own ideas for ourselves, to help express our ideas to others. And then in all of that communication, we find a better way to walk together on this journey, which is, it's really quite powerful.
That sounds amazing. Sounds great. Um, can you share a little bit about your own experience since you created this program? How has it helped you personally?
Well, the books that we're reading are books that have sat on a shelf for a long time. So they really have some good info in there, but I just didn't quite get to it. So yeah, the book club again, out of necessity. I need to read these books. I need to get my life better. And I need help from people around me to motivate me. We all need help sometimes.
Mhm.
So I've read the books. They've
And
changed my life. I
and
know my father. It's my diet has changed, my lifestyle has changed, my outlook has changed. I feel connected. I finally feel connected.
oh,
And this is everything.
that's great. And just to clarify, so people understand, when you talk about book club, we're not talking novel, the latest sci-fi thrillers. We're talking we're talking about books that go into healthy living type of thing.
Correct. Correct. We began the book club by reading Whole by Dr. T. Colin Campbell.
Mhm.
We were honored when he agreed to join the book club for an
Oh,
open
nice.
discussion where the community got to speak with him directly and ask their questions. And he was so generous and so kind, and we enjoyed that. We've moved on to other doctors as well. We How Not to Die by Dr. Greger. We're now reading The Cheese Trap by Dr. Barnard, and we're looking forward to The Future of Nutrition by Dr. T. Colin Campbell, which is our next book starting in November.
Aside from the book club, what is the level of connection that you see in people? Like when I talk to you, you seem so very calm and peaceful, but yet very happy. And you're like, this is, I'm part of something that's really great, kind of a thing. So, what do you find as the level of connection with your
It's
members?
daily. It's daily. We're always checking in with each other. We've got a WhatsApp group where we talk every day. We know who's getting what done, what they're doing. Hey, good luck with that. We're encouraging. We meet once a week just to talk and how are things going, just a little chat. We have the book club every week, and then we meet the first 10 days of every month for a modified fast for those who wish to join us for those. So there's a variety of ways to stay connected, and we try to encourage and pursue as many venues as we can so that everyone has an option that fits their lifestyle.
Right. So this is not necessarily like a sit around and we're doing therapy. This is just a group of people who care about each other, like a group of friends just sort of hanging out and just say, hey,
Yeah,
what's up? How you doing? Kind of thing.
it's a community.
I mean,
We're a
that's
community in every sense of that word, in that we're responsible to one another and we respect one another. We encourage because if the community is growing and being better, then we are each being better. So we serve, it's like its own little ecosphere, it's its own little ecosystem. And we start small with little ideas, and we see those ideas building. People are starting to explore new programs. Some people are going back to school. Some people are going to start doing seminars and things. So it's an encouraging way to find out about what else we can do to stay connected.
that sounds great. It sounds like family away from family.
It is. It
Yeah,
is. It's the family you choose, a community of like-minded people, but not bubble thinking people. We don't have a bubble. We don't just reinforce what we already think. We challenge ourselves to learn new things, new ideas. And if we don't understand someone's idea, we explore why we don't understand it, giving them the opportunity to fully express themselves.
that sounds like a great family to be part of.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I think
It's pretty sweet.
most of us don't have that sort of um, family structure. Even the
Mm.
best families out there, there's always somebody who's always disagreeing with, the brother or the sister or the whatnot, and it creates conflict and stress. But this sounds like a very welcoming space, a safe space, really, for people.
I like that. It is a safe space. And we do have a couple of members that are finding safety with us, that whose families do not support their lifestyle changes, whose families are openly challenging them and criticizing and niggling and all of that. And they find safety with us. They find people who tell them, you're okay.
Before they joined the club, the program, they were at a point in their life where they were wanting to be healthier, and then, as you mentioned, their family would challenge them, criticize them. But now that
Yes.
they're in the 6D living program, what is their success rate? What is their compliance, so to speak, within their healthy living? How much more are they able to stick with it, even though they have the family at home who criticizes them?
Excellent. Excellent question. Thank you for that, Chef Bravo. I'm happy to say that um, both members are doing extremely well. And I feel it's because they're more informed about the choices they're wanting to make. So when challenges come by, they feel more confident to say why. And they also feel more confident to say, leave me alone. I'm just eating. That's all I'm doing. I'm not hurting you. And that's difficult to say when you're being challenged. But they've found that strength. And one lady, I can honestly say, her dedication is so admirable. Um, she's she's more compliant than I am.
That's-
That's probably something I don't know if I should say out loud, but maybe I should because I think it's important for everyone to know that even though I created this community and I know these things and I'm reading the books and I'm living the lifestyle, I'm not perfect and I'm making mistakes. But I know when I make them, I've got my community to pick me back up and say, you got it. You
that's
can do
good.
it. So yeah.
Well, that's
So
great.
she's pretty cool.
And are there like within the group with the different parts of it, with the book club and then the seminars and all that? Is there homework that people have to do? Is there like assignments, so to speak?
There are. There are. Our modified fasting programs are very, very focused. It's 10 days where we have lectures, we learn how to grow, for example, microgreens or sprouts or fermenting foods so that we're helping ourselves as well. Also, those programs have tracking documents for vitals and food intake and fasting times. So everybody gets like a big packet. To be honest, I kind of get teased in the community because I do love me a little booklet. So I'm making forms and booklets, and here you go, guys. So it's the old teacher in me, I think. So yeah, they chide me about it, but they read them and they do the activities and the exercises, especially in the 6 dimensions workshops. Those have a lot more activities than the fasting programs because we're really looking on ways to nurture each dimension. And most people come to those workshops saying that, nutritionally, I'm not doing great. I work out all the time. I'm doing this for work, but nutritionally, I'm dropping the ball. So we'll spend a couple of weeks just focusing on different activities to just really focus on what they need to change, what they want to change, and what those changes could do for them. So yeah, the dimensional workshops have a little more.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. And can you repeat the 6 dimensions again? Just.
Absolutely. Nutritional,
Mhm.
which is everything we eat, every fuel we put in our mouth, and it's also when we don't eat. Part of nutrition is fasting. Without fasting properly daily, our digestive system isn't going to work right. So, we need to look at those aspects. So that's part of nutrition. The second dimension is physical. Any body activity, exercise, yoga, anything that's moving the body, getting the synovial joints going, anything that's going to help hydrate those cells and get the blood pushing to the body. Intellectual, your gray matter really matters here.
Right.
And we tend to forget, we go to work and we just do little things, but we forget. We can keep learning. We can pick up a good book. We can take a little class. So we explore ways to nurture our intellect, even though we may not be students, per se, in the traditional sense of the word. Intrapersonal is time with yourself. And this is one that a lot of people come to 60 looking to nurture. They can't seem to find the time to care for themselves, whether it's meditation or breath work or body brushing. These are all little self care things that if we spend just a few minutes on that, we can balance that inner peace that we need to have in order to move forward. And then we have intersentient. This isn't a word. It made the most sense to me when I was
Okay.
creating the dimensions. Sentient, living, interconnected. So, intrapersonal, but not interpersonal. Intersentient. Connect with all living, not just people. Connect with plants, plant a garden, grow things, pet an animal, spend time with other living things, and remember that you're connected to them.
Connected with nature, so to speak.
Yeah,
Okay.
with everything, the whole life force.
Okay.
With the sun, the moon, the sea, the mountains, the trees, the rocks, everything around us. Don't forget that it's a part of our world. You don't walk through it, you're in it.
Yeah.
And then the final dimension is creative. Now, this is kind of like the base, right? Because we have to create our lives. We create our story. We create our truth. We create our paths. So, creative dimension really needs nurturing. And the most common thing I hear is, oh, I'm just not a creative person. Sure, you are. You're creating your life every day with every choice you make.
True.
create a masterpiece.
Oh,
Make
that's a good way.
living your masterpiece.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
I think I probably saw it on a bumper sticker somewhere.
Yeah. Good. Well, this all sounds really great, actually. Again, this was I saw it, Sia's advice on a couple things, and I really wanted to do this interview with her to be part of this simple solutions for a healthy lifestyle because
Mm.
again, you know, so many of us, I myself still get criticized by my family for, you know, some of the work that I do. Some of my friends are like, why are you still doing that? You know, kind of a thing, or that doesn't sound safe. It doesn't sound, you know, just not eating protein at all. That, you know, when they don't even understand that we eat a lot of protein, or all the protein we need, we just don't get it from animals. Or as you mentioned, you know, the place where I work still does have a fasting program, which is something that you incorporate in your program. And people say, "Oh, that's unhealthy," you know, and it's just getting the right information out to people and say, "Hey, you know, we're
Mm.
not. It's not a cold thing." You know, I still get some of those comments as well. It's not a cold thing. It's just a healthier mindset and incorporating, you know, healthier practices, you know, where, you know, it's not just a diet, but it's the approach, the mental approach to it. uh,
Mm.
and with what you're doing is just creating a community, which I think it's so important, especially in the times we live in, and especially for those who want to do better for themselves and they just don't have that support. So I think this what you've created is amazing and very
Thank you.
valuable for
Well, thank you
a lot
so
of people.
very much. That's so kind. It really is. I really appreciate that, and um, and the community appreciates it too. We're not a club. We're just a group of people.
That's right. A good minded, open minded,
Mm.
smart group of people who want to live a healthier, who want to experience a healthier version of themselves. Would that be
Yeah,
accurate? Yeah.
I like that. A healthier version of yourself.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Okay. Well,
Thank you, Chef Ramses.
thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, we really appreciate the time.